Ren here. Many of you have asked in the comments section whether or not I would return with the review of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. The answer, of course, is duh! First off, obviously, this is going to be full of spoilers. So if you don't already know that everyone dies in the end, you should leave. Right now! Next, I'd like to clear something up. In my last video, I went on a little bit of a rant about the incompetence of the Empire's design and engineering team responsible for the Death Star, and the critical structural weakness that destroyed it. Turns out, this whole movie is about how it wasn't really their fault, but instead, the doing of a traitorous coward, weighed down by the love of his family. I am on board with this premise. The story follows Jyn Erso, a previously unknown rebel scum, who leads an unlikely ragtag group of equally, if not more rebellious scums, on a mission to steal the blueprints for the Death Star. We all know how this plays out, so I'm going to skip right to the details. First, this.
Are you with me?
There's been a lot of discussion about scenes from the trailers not making it into the movie. But why did you toy with my emotions like this? That was a no-win scenario for Jyn, and I was really looking forward to seeing her shredded by laser fire. Oh well. Still not as bad as the Predators trailer, though. Putting 15 laser sights on Adrian Brody instead of the one that made it into the actual movie. Because, you know, there was only one Predator, and not 15 Predators. So let's talk characters. Jyn Erso. Capable, reluctant by nature, inspiring when necessary. I don't know, good climber. Likes the word hope. I didn't completely hate her. Cassian Andor. Boring. Next. Of course we have Magic Stickman and his sidekick, Admiral Aimbot. Man, Magic Stickman. What's his deal? Does he actually have some sort of connection with the Force? Or does he just have blind luck?
I fear nothing. All is as the Force wills it.
I did like his mysterious dance-like fighting style, though. I've never seen anything quite like that before. He appeared to be using his body parts as weapons. I found it visually stimulating. Not a fan of Admiral Aimbot. This man was a walking cheat code. Oh look, here's a little clip of him in action.
Get you all in my sights.
I have to give a quick shout out to the Mos Eisley duo, Dr. Evazan and Ponda Baba, aka Ugly and Walrus Face. Do these guys just roll around the galaxy picking fights? I'm glad to see they escaped the destruction of Jeddah, just in time to pick a fight on a completely different planet a couple days later. You've got to respect that level of dedication, and anger. Saw Gerrera. Holy crap. Let's just say I'm glad he is dead. You know, he may have been fighting against the Empire, but his single-minded and ruthless pursuit of his goals would have made him a great ally, if he wasn't a fanatical psychopath. Either way, I seriously need to get a Borgulette. Borgulette will turn your brain to soup and steal the dream. Save the dream. That's Saw. Let's see. Oh, it was good to see Grand Moff Tarkin again. Peter Cushing was excellent as always, and I'm glad they brought him back. And then there's K2. It makes sense that the rebels could only make it through the day by using the superior engineering and craftsmanship of the Empire. Did a rebel protocol droid split its attention between system hacking and precision executions of trained soldiers? No. It was an Imperial droid. And do not underestimate his ability to defuse any situation with a witty retort.
There is no Rogue One.
Well, there is now. Congratulations. You are being rescued. Why does she get a blaster and I don't?
But it's time to get serious. Let's talk about the real star of this movie. Grandfather. First of all, Hayden did not play grandfather. This was a big deal for me for obvious reasons. Second, grandfather! Are you kidding me? Seeing grandfather again in all of his glory brought a single tear to my eye, followed by several more individual tears. The first time we see him, he's in a Bacta tank on Mustafar, removed from his iconic armor, exposed and vulnerable. I really identified with this scene, because grandfather's physical appearance reflects my own inner self, broken and struggling to hold on to any remaining humanity. Besides, what kind of a badass returns to the place he lost everything he ever cared about and builds a freaking castle? That was a rhetorical question, by the way. The answer is grandfather. The way he dealt with Krennic was a perfect example of good leadership. Krennic was clearly a sniveling worm, and it took grandfather's complete mastery of the dark side to keep from crushing his throat. Krennic learned an important lesson that day. Do not bring your HR complaints to a Dark Lord of the Sith. And then, there's the last 10 minutes of the movie. A display so powerful, it merits the price of admission and all future admission prices. I couldn't help but recall this moment from the historical film, A New Hope.
Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways, Lord Vader. Your sad devotion to that ancient religion has not helped you conjure up the stolen data tapes.
I'm sorry, General Mahdi. Did you not watch the security cam footage of grandfather? Patiently stalking a group of heavily armed soldiers, wielding both lightsaber and the Force in a perfect display of the full power of the dark side, with no question in his mind, or the minds of his victims, that he was death incarnate, and that he was only there for one purpose, to reap the souls from their puny, mortal bodies. Why is grandfather answering to anyone? Death need answer to no one. Grandfather. Anyways, this is a good movie. It's rebel propaganda, yes, but a very stirring moment in rebel history, and I was genuinely moved by the displays of courage and sacrifice in the name of what they felt was right. So the rebels can have this moment. I'll give them that. Because at the end of the day, you win some and you lose some. And today, they are about to lose some. Big time. Starkiller Base is now online, and we're about to take it on a test run, boy! Believe that!